I brought coffee. Love coffee. In case you weren't aware of this about me, I love coffee. Yes. My little one is learning how to talk, so if you hear him in the background, that's him blabbering away. Don't worry, he's adorable. I just finished up my last painting, so I guess we can chat about that one. And I guess that one has more to do with actually how I became an artist, which is kind of a funny story, actually. I actually didn't intend on being an artist. I'd actually started a career as an office assistant and had multiple jobs as that, and then I kept getting rejected, or I would get hired and then fired pretty quickly, just because, usually because of Shabbos, because I had to leave early on Fridays because I had to get home before sundown. So that was fun. But usually in the job interview, even before I started covering my hair, people didn't usually notice that I was Jewish just because I was in professional attire, that they didn't notice. But then once I mentioned that I was Jewish and needed to leave early on Fridays to get home for Shabbos, then it was so funny. You could basically it turned from being like a really friendly interview where we're just basically chatting back and forth to all of a sudden now it's very professional. And they're not going to say anything mean. Like they're not going to say anything offensive or mean, but now it's very professional, and they're going to all of a sudden keep it very short and end it pretty quickly. And then you basically watch their face change from basically a normal looking face to basically a pale white face. I always found it funny. It's like, yeah, there it is. Usually if they did hire me, they didn't keep me for very long because they're like, well, it won't be that big of a deal. Like, maybe if we say that we need her this time, maybe she'll stay, and then they figure out that it doesn't work. And then it just keeps getting more awkward, and eventually they fire me for something else that isn't really the real thing. I think my favorites were, I have many of them. One of them was, I wanted more experience in a certain area that I didn't have, but they've already seen my resume. We did an interview, so they already knew about that part. Another one was like the schedule just wasn't working out, but I already told them my schedule before they hired me. This one's my favorite. My favorite is that they think that I'm doing a good job, but I'm not promotable. I think that one's my favorite. I'm not really sure what to do about that one. That was the last job that I had permanently. And then I did rounds of temporary jobs. I had a temp agency that I worked with, but that was the last permanent job I had. And then that's when I decided that since no one was going to employ me, I was just going to employ myself. And I attempted to do something practical at first because I'm a practical person. So I tried doing an accounting course for a little while. Yeah, that's not me. Unfortunately, I was good at it. And I say unfortunately because I was good at it. I was good at the course, but if I had to do bookkeeping for a career, I think I'd be severely depressed and severely unhappy with my life. So that didn't work out. And so the next thing after that was, well, I have some talent in art, so that's when I started doing art. And if you've been following me since I started that, then you know the rest from there. And I actually didn't start out being an amazing artist. I think it's funny when people think, how did you become such an amazing artist? Like, by doing tons of crappy paintings. Like, I always liked doing something creative, but it wasn't like I started out being awesome. So this painting that I completed has to do with Shabbos, since Shabbos is one of my favorite things about being Jewish. I have many things, but I basically had to choose between having a job or observing Shabbos. And I even had people who were Christians or Messianic Jewish people who would quote stuff in the Bible telling me that I should have jobs instead of observing Shabbos. And I found that strange, just because, I mean, observing Shabbos is just a part of my religion, it's part of who I am, so I mean, I understand that they're trying to make sure that I have a job and have a way to make money, but am I supposed to just not be Jewish? Am I supposed to choose between being Jewish and like, I didn't understand. So basically, the choice that they were giving me was either be Jewish and don't have a job, or have a job and don't be Jewish. That's basically what they were saying without realizing that they were saying it. So I did this painting. And since candles are a part of Shabbos, and it's one of the things that starts off Shabbos, and I love the candles. It's a nice, wonderful thing that starts off it. I put a Star of David as one of the reflections on the candle. So I guess that's the story of how I became an artist, really. Having to choose between Shabbos and a job, and I guess having to make my own career as an artist kind of happened out of that. Yeah, well, baby, careful. Careful! And I have set up a Patreon page for all of you who want to give me money for some reason or another. Maybe just because you love me. That would be nice. But it has all it has Sith. Apparently I have lost the ability of speech. It has all kinds of fun things with it if you decide that you love me enough to give me money. Because it takes a lot of my time to actually make paintings and make videos and do blog posts, so see you guys next time, whenever I decide that I'm going to make a video. I'm not sure what video I'm going to make next time. I'm going to finish up my coffee, and then maybe I'll paint. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a coffee painting. That'll be fun.